If you're looking to improve the tempo on your golf swing, you should check out the GForce. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I just picked this up. It is the GForce driver swing trainer, and it comes with this like carbon fiber head cover. This is just going to be an unboxing, not a full review, because I kind of have limited resources here in the winter to try this out. But what you can see here is it's kind of cool looking. I mean, it looks kind of premium, looks like a regular head cover, embroidered right there, but feels kind of industrial, you know, feels pretty rugged. It actually is a fabric lined head cover, so shouldn't have to worry about it scratching up your club too much. And this is the club itself right here. So what we have here is the driver version of the GForce trainers. They actually make a 7-iron, which you would use to kind of train swing tempo on irons. Then they also have a putter, which kind of surprises me because I feel like people don't really have a tempo problem on really short strokes, but you know, maybe they do. But it's not really intuitive to me that that would be a club that you would need that training on. But this one would be one. And for a lot of us, you know, we struggle with the release. You know, some people cast it a little early. I have a tendency to do that. Sometimes you release a little late, and that can cause a pretty big slice. So if you have issues with when you release a club to maximize the head speed at impact, then this might be something you want to try out. Now, it's got a very large driver head on this, and this is a head you can actually hit golf balls with. And as far as I can tell, I mean, it seems kind of just like a molded titanium head, and I don't think there's anything exotic about the construction, no carbon fiber crown or anything like that. That's not really the point of it. It says 10 right there, so I think it's a 10-degree loft, which is kind of a nice, good split. You know, if this were on a real golf shaft, I'd look at it and be like, oh, that's kind of just a budget, cheap driver. It actually is pretty big. I would call this like 450, 460 cc's, maybe even a little bigger. It's got a really deep face right there, but it's not outrageous in terms of what regular clubs look like these days. You have a little arrow right there, a glossy black top, that's what you're going to look down on. So if your driver looks like that, it might be useful to kind of just create a little bit of visual similarity. You can see a very short hosel, but what you can see here, and why this isn't really a typical driver head, is that the hosel here is too big. And I'm not sure if that's just something that you cover up with a ferrule, like you can kind of fill this hole and put that 0.35 inch diameter shaft in here and then kind of feather it down with a ferrule on there or something like that. But this is like a 1/2 inch diameter shaft down here, and it's white, and then it goes to what looks like a typical shaft width up here with this blue GForce grip on here. This feels just like any other kind of velvet rubber tour grip. Has nice texture on it, but it's down here where it looks a little wide, and that's because this thing is, I'm not sure what it is. It's got a little bit of a soft touch velvety feel to it, but it feels almost like a PVC pipe. And you can see here, this thing flexes. Now, I think it's kind of supposed to flex mostly like this. So as you're pulling the club away, coming down on it, this thing can really whip, right? So I don't want to break it, but I do want to demo how flexible it is, right? So I could probably bend it even more. Now, when you are waggling it, that's where it's most noticeable. I feel like just kind of swings around like that. And I would say that from standpoint of swinging it, it definitely gives you that perception of exaggerated movement on the club head, which I think is what you want. So when you take that swing back, you can feel it trailing, and then as you're coming down and around, you want that to kind of catch up with your hands. You want that head to kind of catch up, and so you don't want it to be really far behind. And I think this thing is going to help you improve your swing timing. Now, I was thinking, you know, something like this at about 150 or 160 bucks. You know, what I've noticed is that on the website, they're all in pounds, I think, for some reason, so it kind of converts based on whatever the exchange rate is. You know, could you manufacture something like this with like a thick fishing pole? You know, something that's really flexible and really whippy, and you know, actually might even be the right diameter to fit into like an old driver head, just so you can build one of these on your own without having to pay for this. Because I don't know that there is anything about the flex here other than it's super flexible that is really scientific. It's just that it is flexible, and so you have to get used to kind of timing things. And so I feel like, you know, something that's really flexible might help you with that. In fact, an LL shaft, a ladies light shaft, might be enough of that for you that have really good swing speeds, because I know those things will flex pretty dramatically with a 100 mile per hour golf swing. So, you know, just in case you were looking for a cheaper alternative to this. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can swing it and actually hit golf balls, and you can see what they're doing, pulling, pushing, those types of things, and that can help you dial in the swing speed. So it's something you can take to the driving range, hit in the backyard, whatever, you know, if you can hit real balls, and just kind of work on it. And I think the other thing is you could just go into your backyard and just swing this thing and just get a feel for where that head is so that you know when that wrist release is right. And that's going to give you a max speed for max power, max velocity, and max distance. So something like this could be really useful. If you want to pick up this GForce Swing Trainer, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.